Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for taking time to be part of today's training. And also, sorry for apologies for starting late. It's due to some unforeseen contingencies. But we are here. So today we are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday as a result of network issues. Today I would like to also welcome all of you for another edition of the 1 month professional diploma training in peace and conflict management. Peace and conflict management is one of our core courses, and we want to welcome all of you who have been so committed to learn so that you can know what it requires to promote peace in our communities. So I heartily welcome all of you for today's segment of the training. So, those of you that have not joined your individual group, those of you that are group leaders, please, if your group has not been shared in the WhatsApp group for people to join, please kindly send us the link for your group. Or if you're not active, let us know so we can change you and assign another person as a group leader for them to do the work that is expected to be done. So, if you are here and you are a group leader, please go ahead and make sure that uh, your link is sent to me so that I can share it in the various groups for people to join. Do you understand? So let's respond to this call. Very, very important. Very, very important. All right, so today we'll still be looking at conflict prevention. Yesterday we'll talk about conflict prevention, right? And we'll define what conflict prevention is all about. We also look at early warning systems, right? And we try to define what early warning system is all about. So today, I want us to look at the reasons why conflict prevention is very, very important. Because if we put in more efforts to prevent conflicts, we will achieve more results than when we want the result disaster to occur, the disaster or conflict to occur before we begin to react. Any action that takes place after or during the conflict is reactions. But any action that takes place before the occurrence of or the manifestation of the conflict is response. You understand? So disaster or conflict prevention response is very, very important. So I want us to look at some of the critical reasons that make conflict prevention essential. And one of those reasons is that conflict prevention saves lives, right? Conflict prevention saves lives and reduces suffering. If proactive steps were taken during the Boko Haram, before the outbreak of Boko Haram activities, I can tell you for sure that we wouldn't have had Boko Haram. Boko Haram wouldn't have been a devastating experience as it were in our country. And anywhere you had conflict, check very well it because conflict prevention was negated. Once conflict prevention is taken serious, I can tell you that conflict prevention can save lives, can reduce suffering. Do you understand? You can save lives, you can reduce suffering. Are you understanding my point? Now, so that's the number one important thing that makes conflict prevention a key. As I'm speaking with you now, about one about 45,000 Palestinians are recorded dead, both adult and children, at the frequency of the conflict that is going on between Israel and Palestine. That is what it is. So whether it is Hamas or whatever, but it's not only Hamas now that are dying. Innocent citizens of that country are dying because prevention measures were not put in place. So as a result, people are dying. You understand? Individuals are dying. Individuals that knew nothing about it are dying. Who just wish that they should just live a life, a quiet life, they are dying. Why? Because prevention measures are not in place to prevent the outbreak of conflict. You understand? So prevention of conflict saves lives and reduces what? Suffering. That's number one. So government and organization should put in more effort to avoid the outbreak of conflicts, to avoid casualties that may occur in the conflict process. So number two reasons why conflict prevention is key is that it minimizes economic what costs. It minimizes what economic costs, because I can tell you that the cost of peace is cheaper than the cost of war. If you want to compare the two, I can tell you that the cost of peace is cheaper than the cost of war. The amount we can put in to into early warning system prevention is much more lower than compared to the amount that we can put in to to reconstruct, to rebuild. You understand? So that is the reason why it is very, very important for us to put in more effort in prevention than to address conflicts when they become you know manifestation. So conflict disrupts economic activities by damaging infrastructure, displacing workers, reducing productivity, and deterring investment, because nobody wants to come and invest in your country. Infrastructure destroyed. Most of the renowned infrastructures in Northeast were destroyed by Boko Haram activities. You understand? And it takes a lot to rebuild them now, because even the cost of materials in the market now compared to when they were built is not the same thing again. Do you understand? So much money. So it's better that we put in more effort to prevent than to even think of resolution. Do you understand? It's better to prevent than to think of resolution. And like we say, nobody wants to come and invest in a turbulent environment whereby tomorrow you wake up, you discover that everything is gone, or your investment of several years is gone. And that's why government agencies, institutions, individuals, private organizations, community leaders should make efforts to invest in prevention, in conflict mitigation, more than in conflict what resolution. So that is number 2 point. Number 3 point is that conflict prevention promotes long-term peace and stability. Long-term peace and stability. It is true that when you make effort to prevent the occurrence of conflict, you enjoy peace and stability. when steps are taken to address misunderstanding quickly, to address differences quickly, they reduces what the chances of the occurrence of conflict, destructive conflict, and of course, people live in harmony, people live in peace, people live in a stable environment, and by so doing, they are more productive. You understand? More productive and more effective compared to when conflict is going on, everybody is running. So who has time to think critically? Who has time to go and do something, to go and farm? Who has time to go and do organizing or do carpentry work or to go and layer chicken or fish farming or anything like that? Everybody is on their own. You understand? So it becomes so difficult. So, but conflict prevention guarantees long-term peace and stability. So it's up to you as a community leader, as a leader in your own organization. If you like, create a state of turmoil in your organization. You are the one that will see first it. Productivity will be zero, and of course, you'll be sacked. Or even if your business will crumble. So what do? Put in more effort to create more productivity. Do you understand? So protect human rights and reduces violations. So conflict prevention protects human rights and what prevents violations. Alright. So that's what conflict prevention does. Protects human rights and it reduces violations. Because when conflicts are being prevented, the chances of violating people's or abusing people's rights is not there. You understand? So those chances are blocked at the frequency of prevention. But when prevention is not in place, the rights of the people are being abused. You understand? And different kinds of violations, human rights violations, go on. Do you understand? So conflicts must be prevented, right? So support sustainable development. Conflict prevention also supports what sustainable development. So for development to be sustainable, peace must also be sustainable. So when you see sustainable peace, you see sustainable development. They go hand in hand. No sustainable development, no peace, no sustainable peace. No sustainable peace, no sustainable development. Do you understand? So they go hand in hand. So conflict prevention influences sustainable peace. And of course, sustainable peace influences what? Um, Sustainable development. So that's what it means. So because conflict is a major obstacle to development, disrupting education, healthcare, and infrastructure. So when you put in measures to prevent conflict, then government can focus on developmental initiatives, developmental projects that will bring about sustainable development. Do you understand? So another reason why conflict prevention is also important is that it reduces forced displacement and refugee crisis. No one will be forced to leave his own ancestral place or have to leave his own country to another country for the sake of conflict. You understand? So when conflict prevention measures are in place, people can stay in their own environment. They can farm in their own environment and be productive and be useful to their own community. Do you understand? So that's the reason why conflict prevention is important. So if you put in conflict prevention measures, nobody will leave his own place or base. Farmers will remain in their own village and be farming and supply food to the city people to eat and continue with developmental initiatives and make the system better. Do you understand? But when the village people are running from the village where they're supposed to be farming into the city areas where there are no job opportunities and there are no houses, then the cost of living becomes so expensive and then people become stranded and hunger at the higher level, begging on the streets becomes a norm. So these are the issues. So people leave their home to go and be in camps, such suffering that is that cannot be compared. You understand? So much. So conflict prevention reduces forced displacement and refugee crisis. We have so much refugee crisis now. Some of our citizens, like in Nigeria, for instance, now they are in Chad. Some are in Niger. Some are in Cameroon. Why? Because of conflict. Because of conflict. So it is very, very critical. It's very, very important for us to know that conflict prevention is key. You understand? Conflict prevention is key. Then conflict prevention also strengthens community resilience and cohesion. Conflict prevention strengthens what? Community resilience and cohesion. So, you know, what makes the community strong is the ability of that conflict of the community to be able to withstand certain pressures. And what makes the community strong is the ability of the community to, you know, to build bridges that promote peace rather than, you know, sow seeds of disunity in the community. So when a community is united, when a community is in peace, they can stand strong, right? But when that is not done, then the tendency to collapse is there. So conflict prevention initiatives such as peace education, dialogue, and mediation help community build trust and culture, create harmony in the community, a harmonious situation where people live together and without any form of threat. Do you understand? So conflict prevention also foster positive international relations. Yes. Uh, if there is no conflict prevention, what is happening in Russia and between Russia and Ukraine will be happening. Why? Because there are no conflict prevention measures. Yes, that's number one. What is happening between Israel and other countries in the Middle East will be happening because the conflict prevention measures in place do not work or there are none. So conflict prevention foster positive international relations. If countries are enjoying bilateral relationships, then they can have economic cooperation. Cameroon will not go and open dam to destroy Nigeria, but Nigeria has been receiving, you know, has been at the negative ends of all of it. You understand? Or should I say it's not even the fault of Cameroon? It's not because we are not in good terms with Cameroon, maybe because of irresponsibility of leadership. You understand? So conflict prevention can help neighboring countries live in peace without any challenge. It's because of lack of conflict prevention that we see what's happening between North Korea and South Korea happening there. Do you understand? So we have Another reason why conflict prevention is very, very important is it enhances and reduces what terrorism. It enhances security and reduces terrorism. The issue of insecurity is quite vast in our land. The issue of insecurity is quite visible in our system. Some of us, many of us now, if I ask you to travel from Lagos to Abuja by road, you don't want to travel. Go by air now. The air, if you don't see terrorists on ground, you see terrorists on air now. There's terrorists on air now. Do you understand? Because they know that the roads are not motorable. And if you manage to travel, you are traveling with serious prayers for your own life. And so when they notice that people are moving towards, leaning towards flight and all airfare, then they have increased skyrocketed. So that here to from Abuja to Lagos now, you are paying close to 200,000 one way. So what does that mean? It means that either terrorism on ground or but if we put in conflict prevention measures in place like development, education, provide social amenities, young people will be engaged and nobody will be free to go and do terrorist activities. Nobody will be free. It's because people are free, people have no skills, young people especially, that they engage in illegal activities. Do you understand? So engage in social vices of different kinds, terrorism, cultism, and unholy other actions or activities that they carry out. So, but if young people are engaged, if young people are engaged like I am engaged here now, I don't have time to go and think about kidnapping somebody. I don't have time to go and think about, you know, stealing anybody, anything. I am just enjoying my life here, sharing knowledge. Do you understand? And helping myself also to learn more. Do you understand? Because I'm not only teaching you, I'm also learning. Because I learn more when I teach. Do you understand? So it is better that we provide these services, social amenities. And it's one of the reasons why we are doing what we are doing here. Because we believe that if people know, they can do, they know what peace is all about, they can do more to promote peace. If they know what conflict is all about and the impact of conflict, they can do all they can to prevent conflict in their communities. Do you understand? That's why we're doing this for free. This is the main reason why we're doing this for free. And peradventure, this certificate may help someone to get a lower job opportunity and apply and then can start life and be engaged meaningfully. Do you understand? That's the reason why we're spending time to do this training thoroughly. That's why we're not playing here. That's why we ask you to do simulation training. If you don't do it, you will not write the exams. Do you understand? So these are the reasons we're doing it in such a way that the skills you acquire here can help you real good where you find yourself. You understand? So that's the reason. So we feel that if people are empowered with the knowledge and skills, they can do better in our society. They can help to prevent conflict in our society. If you ask young people who maybe have gone through this class to go and say do kidnapping or banditry activities or join any group of cult or uh, you know kidnappers gang, they will not do it because you understand the implication of the what is involved. You understand? Apart from destroying people's lives, your own life is also at risk. So why should you go and do something of that nature? So conflict prevention reduces, uh, chances of terrorism and it enhances what security. So conflict prevention also empowers women and marginalized groups. Do you understand? Women, when there are conflict prevention measures in place, we'll talk about equality, we'll talk about gender equality, talk about you know uh, women being considered for opportunities and things like that. So when those things are in place, women are also being engaged. Women are to be at the forefront of conflict prevention because they suffer most when there's conflict. They suffer sexual violence. They suffer a lot of things when conflict is in place. So they should be at the forefront to make sure that conflict does not occur. You understand? So when there are those measures that prevent conflict, then they empower women with skills to do so. You understand? Yes, empower women with skills to do so. So these are the reasons why conflict prevention is very, very important. So let's make effort. You are you are working in organization. Always train your staff on conflict prevention, okay? So that people cannot be doing things anyhow. So that people will know that this action I'm about to take can cause conflict in my organization, can cause conflict among colleagues, and it will not be good for my organization. Do you understand? So people will know it. And if you don't know how to do it, invite us, we'll come and train you. Yes, we'll organize something that will meet your needs specifically, and then you'll get results for your for such engagement. So let's look at we talked about early warning system yesterday. We spoke about early warning systems. So I want us to look at some early warning system indicators so that we will see what can help us to know when things are going on right or wrong, or when to look out to the possibility of conflicts, occurrence. So those indicators are the ones that will help us to know whether conflict is in place or not, or conflict is about to happen or not, and we can take steps to prevent such occurrence. So early warning indicators are measurable signs, all right, or conditions that suggest an increased risk of conflict, allowing for proactive actions to prevent escalation. All right. So these indicators span political, economic, social, and environmental factors. So let's look at the political indicators. What are the indicators that will be in place to show you that political indicators that are in place to show you that conflict is about to happen? Number one is political indicators. Let's look at some of the political indicators. One is government instability. If government is not stable, there are chances that conflict can happen. Okay, so frequent changes in leadership, weak governance, political crisis, or internal power struggles can cause conflict. Do you understand? And you see, that's the reason why you see what's happening in River State happening. All right, that's why you see what is happening in Sudan happening. All right, that's the reason why you see what is happening. You know, Congo, Central African Republic happening. Do you understand? Political or government instability also occurs. Political oppression and repression. Political what? Oppression and repression. Restriction on political freedoms. Censorship, arrest of political opposition, or suppression of protests. All of these can be a problem. You know. Here you see how minors were sent to say, were you in prison? What for what? That they were waging Russian flag and protesting. So suppression of protest is also a problem. You understand? Because it does not solve the problem. So political oppressions and repression can also be a source of political conflict and can cause conflict. So it's one of the indicators. So when you see this thing happening in a government, know that there's a problem. All right? Know that there's a problem. All right? Know that there's a problem. So we talk about erosion of rule of law. Corruption of what? Rule of law. In, in my system, for instance, now, rule of laws are not always respected, and it's a problem. When rules of, of law are not engaged, are not respected, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. So, and this can cause conflict. When the rules that govern a system are not respected, it can cause conflict. It can cause conflict. So, some of the people that are shouting now, talking about what the constitution say, what the law says, oh, respect court order, were the people that were not respecting court order at all. Some of them, when they were governors, when they were governors in their own state, they refused to respect laws. Any court order they don't respect, but now they're shouting respect what the court say. How can you be so insensitive? So during your time, court order was not to be obeyed, but another person obey court order, obey what the court say. Do you understand? And then there will be no crisis. How will you say that? When you were not respecting laws. And how are we sure that the court order or whatever the court judgment is a true judgment? How are we sure that it was not both? You understand? So human rights violations, when you see human rights violations also, where young people, minors were arrested and sent to prisons for protesting. That is human rights violations. All right? Where people who speak against the government are arrested. Their right of freedom of speech has been violated. All right? Election-related tensions like fraud, voter suppression, or contested election, all of these are indicators of political conflicts. All right. So all of these are under political indicators. All right. And so when you see these things happening, know that conflict is in place. Conflict is, and I can, you can confirm that in our system here, like in Nigeria, for instance, all of these things that I mentioned are visible. We have been seeing them. Have we not been seeing them? We have been seeing them. They are here with us. All of them are here. Oh, in Kenya, you people in Kenya should tell us, is it not what is happening in Kenya? I think in Rwanda, Paul Kagame was also being accused of suppressing the opposition, right? All right. So that's it. Is it not so? So these are the issues. All these things I mentioned here are political indicators. So in early warning systems, when you see early warning indicators like these ones, like these things, you should know that we need to do something. We need to do something. Let's look at some of the social indicators. What are the social indicators we have available? We have some social indicators, right? We have intergroup tensions, rising ethnic, religious, and cultural hostilities, often signaled by hate speech, discrimination, or scapegoating, whereby you choose to deal with corruption cases that affect one ethnic group and then you keep the other ethnic group when they are involved. No, you don't dare disturb them. Do you understand? But another ethnic group suffers. Do you understand? Or another religious person suffer. Why? the other person is protected. So when things like this are happening, it creates tension, inter group tensions, all right, and this can cause conflict. And this, I can tell you, is in our system here. Is it not in our system? It is. Is Nigeria a united country? Maybe you give me an answer in the comment section. Is Nigeria a united country? Any answer you give is correct. If you say yes, it's based on your understanding and your opinion, and you are entitled to that. If you say no, you have your own reasons why you say no. You are entitled to your opinions. So it's left for you to give the answer. So another indicator, social indicator, is mass mobilization for protest. Have we not been witnessing protests in our country? See what happened in Kenya against finance bills. People when people were, how you even bomb one side of the National Assembly complex. You understand? So we watch all of that. We watch what happened in Bangladesh. They protested until the prime minister was removed. You understand? We watch all of those things. So when that is in place, know that marginalization is in place. All right, marginalization is in place. Um, conflict is in place. Social indicators. Then population displacement, forced migration or displacement due to conflict, persecutions, or economic hardship. All of these are social indicators. Are they not in our system? We have refugees camp. We have refugees camp everywhere in the country. We have refugees camp everywhere in the country. You understand? Refugees camp everywhere. So why is this so? Most especially in the northern and north central part of Nigeria. Why? Marginalization of specific groups. Do you want me to mention? Okay, one known fact in my system here, the Igbos, right, in the southeastern Nigeria, complain of marginalization. Other minority tribes in this country complain of marginalization. So it means that the social indicators are also much available with us here. So it means that we are in trouble. See, the political indicators is red, danger. The social indicators, red. That is danger in our system here. I don't know about you that is joining from Sierra Leone. I don't know about you that is joining from Liberia. I don't know about you that is joining from Lesotho or South Africa. I don't know about you that is joining from Botswana. Botswana is still a good country because the former president lost election and considered defeat. Straightforward without wasting time. It's a good one. There's no all this political gragra going on there. The only challenge they are complaining now is economic situation. But I can tell you that the economy is still better, far better compared to others. Do you understand? So those of you that are joining from South Sudan, Ethiopia, Ethiopia also have problem. I must tell you, conflict in Ethiopia. Another time it was the Tigray versus the government of Ethiopia. You understand? It's a problem. And if you are joining us from Somalia, you understand what it means. If you are joining us from Sudan, you understand what it means. If you are joining us from Congo, you understand what it means. I don't know about Zambia. I think Zambia is still a peaceful country, right? If you are joining us from Uganda, you can tell us what is happening there. So, but I can tell you that in my own country here, there are marginalized groups, and these are problems. And it's one of the reasons why there's this agitation for Biafra. All right? Who are agitating for Biafra? Why? Because they feel that they are marginalized, discriminated against, and they don't have any sense of belonging. As far as Nigeria is concerned, they have to be on their own. Why? Because of this. Right? So these are, and so if you check it, it's red, 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 red. So it means that all of these are in our system here. So it means that conflict can occur at any time. Economic indicators. Let's check this one too. Let's see whether we escape this one or not. Economic indicators. Let's check it. High unemployment and poverty rates. Oh my goodness. Number one rate short. High unemployment and what? Poverty rate. It is reported that about 133 million Nigerians are living below the poverty line. So over 200 million people, it means that only 70 million people are living above the poverty line. So you can say poverty a day. A day, oh, you know, day. Please, if you don't understand that, go. I will not send you. Because this is Nigeria. Here we speak pidgin, row one like this. All right. So a day, that is, there is poverty here. And then if you're coming from Ethiopia, you understand. You people are always begging me for free course, begging us for free course. Now there's free course, people should do it. Every time you are asking for scholarship, I say Ethiopia doesn't have money. You understand? So, but thank God, free program is here. You can do it for free. I think that's the reason why some of you are here, right? So that's it. So, but there's poverty in Ethiopia as well. High rate poverty, high unemployment, higher unemployment. So many young people graduate in Nigeria are on the streets, no job. That's number one rate. Let's take another one. Widening inequality. Oh my goodness. For those of us that are in Abuja here, and unfortunately on my side, I'm staying at Airport Road. So we have seen it all, right? I'm staying at Airport Road. I know the kind of vehicles that pass here. I know the kind of people that pass here, and you're wondering where they are seeing the money that others are not seeing it. Do you understand? You're wondering where are these people seeing this money that other people are not seeing it. Other people are lavishing in poverty here and there. Do you understand? In the same city. Do you understand? In the same city. Widening inequality. There's a wide gap between the haves and the have-nots, between the rich and the poor, between the bourgeoisie and the protectorate. So what are we saying? So it's a problem. That is why kidnapping is everywhere. That is why criminality is everywhere. That is why banditry activities are going on everywhere. Why? Because of this inequality. Everybody wants to have. That's why rituals, killing, and all those one chance. For us in Abuja, one chance is a no, it's a common thing. You enter cab and then they tell you you are like kidnap or bring all you have. Or they'll carry you go, maltreat you, collect your phone, do whatever they want to do with you. Or kidnap you and call for ransom. Or carry you. The next thing will be seeing your body on the streets, some parts removed, rituals. You understand? So all of these are here because of what? Inequality, right? Widening inequality. Even regions, there are some regions that are even richer than others, right? There are regions that are experiencing more poverty than others. So even at the regional levels, we have inequality. You understand? So it's not just at the individual levels. When you see the budget, the internal generated revenue of Lagos, Kano, can you compare it with some of the states, other states? Inequality, widening. So that's why some of us our opinions that move diversify Nigerian economy. Let us have another seaport either in Makodi, you understand, and then another one somewhere along the River Niger. You understand, so that we can reduce the pressure in Lagos and then also strengthen some of these economic areas and make them economic zones as well. But no way. Widening inequality. All right. Inflation and food insecurity. Oh my goodness. Inflation and food insecurity. How much is a bag of rice in your place now? I think you wouldn't want to know. The last time I bought a bag of rice, 95,000. It's not a foreign rice or local rice produced in Kano. Kano people, if you are here, Jerewa, Gerewa rice is 190, 92, 95,000, 93, 95,000. A bag of rice of 50 kg. So it means that 1 kg of rice you are paying how much? Food insecurity, inflation. So much money chasing fewer goods in the economy. That's what we say. So much money chasing what? Fewer goods. Inflation. You are buying fuel of they make sure that something everything is negative. It's not they're not giving you equal, it's negative, negative, negative. That is fuel. Instead of you to have fuel like okay, 1 liter, 1,000 at least. Let's not say now 1,000 the pay per liter. No, you are paying 1,000 plus. So that it must be in the next inflation and food insecurity. Decline in foreign investment. The ones that are here, man, they have closed shop left. New ones are not coming. Oh. Because the ones that are here, close shop left. Do you want new ones to come? No way. Anybody that is still around, they are doing now exploitation that they do us now. They are exploiting us to the core. You understand? That's why you go and buy a sachet of milk. How much? You buy you buy one egg now, 250. One egg, one small hungry egg like this, one 250. So these are the things that we're talking about here. So we can see that it's negative, 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 red, red, red. High unemployment, poverty rates is there high. Widening inequality, high. Inflation and food insecurity, visible and you know, decline in foreign investment is red. All of this red. So political indicators, social indicators, economic indicators like for my country is red, 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 red. So it is a warning that can or that conflict can happen anytime, any day, because these factors are real. You did not see the local government election in River State. Some local government have not entered office yet because of what? Secretariat destroyed. So let's look at some environmental indicators. Maybe we'll get escape route here. Let's check if we can get escape route here. It will be better for us. All right. So let's look at it. Resources or resource scarcity. Shortages of essential resources such as water, land, food, especially in countries depending on agriculture and livestock. Do we lack this? No. Are we seeing it where? No. So the problem is not the scarcity of it, but lack of, you know, uh, judicious utilization of these resources. So the problem here now is the problem of leadership. Is a problem is the scarcity of good leadership. That's the problem. It's not the scarcity of resources. We have resources in abundance. Some of them have not even been tapped. So they are much available. Our water is wasted. Look at River Benue is just flowing, closing, even closing. Is even sand keeping. Instead of us to dredge the water and make it useful, more useful, just water is just passing and going anyhow. River Niger, the same thing. You understand? We would have used River Benue, River Niger for in and out season farming. Nobody will talking about hunger here, but you cannot do it. Why? Because crisis even on the river bank. So many things going on wrong. But we have land, vast land in the north, but they are not farming. You go and farm, they will come. They say they are Boko bandits that you must give ransom. That is, you harvest, they collect. Oh, they will ask you to go and say and come and give them money. What is the meaning of that? If they come vex, they will kill you inside joy. Do you understand? So people are even afraid to go to farm. We have vast land in the north for farming. It's not that used to feed other zone now because with food now. Farm in the north where? Do you understand? So, but what is happening? Many farmers are not going to farm because of insecurity. Environmental degradation, deforestation, soil erosion, pollution, and other environmental issues that can reduce resource and lead to conflict. We are falling trees for fossil fuel consumption, all right, and we are not bringing it back. Soil erosion, making the fertility of the soil to reduce, and then the yield in terms of harvest from crops is also low. You understand? So, natural disasters and climate stress events like drought, floods, or hurricanes can exacerbate condition. So yes, we have been experiencing flooding, right? Flooding. See what happened to Meduguri. Drought. See what happened in the north. All the maize that we planted at some point around April or so, May, they were dying because there was no rain. Do you understand? There was no rain. So we may not have feel the impact of climate change much here, like, but we are feeling it. Excessive heat, heat waves. Do you understand? All of those things are happening. So even here, we don't have escape route. The only escape route or route we have is um, the resource scarcity. So we have the abundance of resources is the utilization that is a problem. So that one we don't have problem is the tap the tapping of those resources and applying the funds or accrue from them into something meaningful that is a problem. So you can see that this one too is not so favorable to us. Security and military indicators. Security officers in the house, I hear una. Military officers in the house, I know some of you are here. I hear they. So, but I don't blame some of you that are here. But I can tell you that there are also some indicators. Where your budget is 1 trillion, Ministry of Defense. But wanna tell us what you wanna do with the 1 trillion that is budget for you. Trillion naira, not dollars. So talking about trillion naira. For the Ministry of Defense, what you wanna they use the money do? Where would they still have Boko Haram, have bandits, have kidnapping, insecurity all over the country? Wanna help us to explain where our money is going. So when you are budgeting, a high budget for military of defense is an indicator that is not where that insecurity or challenges of security is in place. So if you are thinking that you are collecting so much money and then your ministry is getting so much attention, then it's a wrong one for us. Based on assessment, it's a negative something. So there's nothing to brag about it. You understand? If you collect 1 trillion as a budget for the Ministry of Defense, it means that something is wrong with our security. So there's nothing to brag about. It only takes the world to know that Nigeria is not peaceful. That's why they can budget as much as 1 trillion against education. How much is education collecting? How much is health receiving? How much is uh, uh, trade and investment receiving? You understand? So it's a clear indication that is not well. So it's a red sign. So arm builds up. You want to go and buy more military weapons for what? Rise in armed group activity. Rise in armed group activity. Boko Haram, kidnapping, this one, that one. So many of them. Border tension. Increase in violent incidences everywhere. So this one too is a no, 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 no. Red, red, red. Health indicators. Let's look at health indicators. let, me, let me tell you something. Some of us may not understand the importance of what we're trying to say here. I'm talking about health indicators, like disease outbreak or health crisis, right? Decline in health services. There's one clinic that me and my family used to go and treat ourselves whenever we have, you know, some challenges. They send us a message that they are closing up, they're winding up, no more services. You understand? They disappear. So when you see our people going abroad for checkup, medical checkup, is an indication that it's not well. So it's not because you have so much money that you are going to England to go and do medical checkup. It's not that. It's because the one you're supposed to provide here is not provide. It's not functioning well. That's why you're going to India. If my care is not taken, you go to India, it's the same Nigerians that will attend to you there. You understand? It may be a Nigerian that may attend to your health need. Is that not a narrowing of the whole stuff? Some of them fly to America, Nigeria, UK, Nigeria. So let's look at the media and communication indicators. Hate speech and incitement to violence, right? Disinformation and propaganda, we have it plenty. in the area of these independent medias and all these bloggers and all of them, they twist stories and make it look so real. Why it's wrong? It's false. Restriction of the press. Yes, we are press is being also restricted. We are say in news they say NBC, is it NBC, National Broadcasting Commission, right? Before you know it, they will send a letter to you for you to come and answer query for saying what you say on the national television. Or you understand? So so let's look at some of the examples of early warning systems indicators. Early warning indicators. The United Nations early warning indicator that is monitors political and track changes in indicators such as political instability, violence, and militarization. Funds for Peace Fragile State Index analyzes states' vulnerability of conflict based on social, economic, political, and corruption indicators. So now, what we want to do, we also want to have a center, and maybe I really want to spearhead that center in terms of carrying out, and maybe we bring some of you to also be part of the team because I want to uh, set a team of critical thinkers, not people that think sharply. And I'm talking about people that think critically, so that every registration of government, every policy of government will undergo through this. Will go through this center for assessment, and we have indicators that we'll be looking at. Does this B promote these indicators, or it promotes conflict? If the B promotes more of conflict and not more of peace, then that B cannot move forward. It should be disbanded completely. Do you understand? So, so those are the challenges. All right. So let's look at the importance of early warning system. Why is early warning system very important? Effective monitoring of early warning indicators allows government, international, that is sensitive government, or government that gets sense, government that get listening ears, government that is not proud, government that does not have individuals that who we can relatively say expired. You understand? You people in Cameroon should also try and change that man there. He overstay his welcome. Cameroonians, I don't speak to now. You understand? Mm-hmm. When I give that man letter of retirement, let him go and retire. He has done well. We appreciate him. He has done what he could do. So let him go and rest. So international organizations and civil society groups to respond early to signs of conflict. Addressing root causes, initiating dialogue, or providing humanitarian assistance based on early warning can help prevent crisis. So finally, let's look at preventive diplomacy. Preventive what? Diplomacy. This is what we're going to look at. The last topic we're going to look at today. Preventive diplomacy refers to diplomatic actions taken to prevent disputes from escalating into conflict and to limit the spread of conflict once they arise. So it involves proactive effort to manage tensions between parties and resolve disputes through peaceful means before they escalate into violence. So preventive diplomacy is particularly valuable in regions with high potential for conflict. All right. So it is very important to have, you know, to carry out preventive diplomacy actions. Right. We have institutions that can carry on moves, visits. You can, set some of those indicators and then you monitoring. So once you detect any tendency, you take steps to address it. So let's look at some of the key elements of preventive diplomacy. Mediation and negotiation. Mediation and what? Negotiation. So you can serve as a neutral party, which we used to see at the international level as envoys, diplomats. Do you understand? Or mediators, where they facilitate dialogue between conflict parties. Jonathan has been up and doing. Do you understand? In terms of promoting, mediation and negotiation. So where there are conflict, they go. They'll talk about confidence building measures. Actions are taken to build trust between parties, such as agreeing on ceasefire, facilitating prisoners exchange, all of those that we used to see, where prisoners of Israel are exchanged with prisoners of Palestine or Hamas. Okay, preventive deployment. That is, in some cases, peacekeeping forces observes observers are deployed to areas at risk of conflict to monitor the situation. You understand? So that you know what's happening. Good offices and special envoys. The good offices of a respected figure or an international organization are used to bring parties together. When the Tigray conflict was going on in Ethiopia between the Tigray government and the Ethiopia government, do you know somebody that went to Ethiopia, even though he was not a president again, but he went to Ethiopia to see if he can intervene. Olusegun, former president Olusegun Obasanjo went to Ethiopia. He wanted to see how he can intervene in the conflict. Do you understand? Fact-finding missions. You can go on a fact-finding mission to go and know what is happening. What is the problem? What is the cause of the crisis? So that you can proffer solution. Okay. So when you go carry out conflict analysis and know what is going on, ask the rightful questions. So sanctions and incentives. So diplomatic or economic incentives such as uh, development aid can go a long way to help. All right. It may encourage cooperation, while sanctions may be used to discourage aggressive actions. That's why Russia received several sanctions. Iran receiving several sanctions. And that's why they're being careful. All right. So examples of preventive diplomacy include the United Nations Preventive Diplomacy Missions, Asia's Preventive Diplomacy Framework, Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, the African Union's Continental Early Warning Systems. All of those are some of them. Benefits of preventive diplomacy: avoid the costs of war, promote peaceful resolution of disputes, stabilizes region, build trust and cooperation. You understand? And what are the challenges of preventive diplomacy? Lack of political will. Because some of these leaders or some of these institutions, they lack political will to execute what they say they will do. They say they have been shouting that we're bringing the ECOWAS, we're bringing, what do you call it, Niger and the rest of them that left ECOWAS to come back to ECOWAS. They are still on their own. Nothing concerning them. Resources and funding constraints. Yes, sometimes the money, since there's no political will, even the money to carry out those activities sometimes are not there. Complexity of conflicts. Sometimes conflicts are very complex, embedded in so many things. Timing and sensitivity. Careful when you want to intervene so that you know your effort will not be in vain. All right. Thank you very much. This is the much we'll take today. This is the much we are going to take for today. Any question? Any question? So I'm going to the comment section to see if I have any question to address. If you have any question that you want me to address, let me know in the comment section. And the result for peace and sustainable development will be published very soon. The person that's supposed to publish it is not strong, but I think it will be out. Maybe it may be sent to me now, said maybe to publish it. It will be out soon, between today or tomorrow. All right, seems there are no questions. Now, presses now will receive. So, thank you for connecting ahead. Like I said before, some of you may join or may have joined that if you are a group leader, if you are a group leader, if you are a group leader and you have not shared your link with us to share in the main group, please do so. And any group that does not share their link, I will remove that leader and assign another person. Please, if you are here and you are a group leader and you are not sending us the link to share in our main WhatsApp group for members to join, for participants to join and have a group and start working on their simulation, I'm telling you that we are going to remove you as a leader and assign another person that leadership. So please, if you have not sent us your link for your group to share in the main group for people to join, please do it. Please do it. Somebody is asking me, how can we resolve the conflict between Gaza and Israel? They know how to resolve the conflict. When they are ready, they will do it. But now, let them be playing. It's as simple as that. They know what to do. So when they are ready to do it, they will do it. So thank you very much. See you on Thursday. We're not having meeting tomorrow, so we'll see you on Thursday. But a rebroadcast of this meeting will take place so tomorrow. So we'll see you on Thursday. We'll see you on Thursday. Thank you very much.